coming up from the Northeast Live studios in Guwahati. Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain.
Hello and welcome to Northeast Tonight, the show that decodes the region. The 8 northeastern states that has 25 Lok Sabha seats was a Congress bastion until less than a decade ago. Now the reverse is true. The Northeast has become a stronghold of the BJP and its allies. In these 8 states with only 25 Lok Sabha seats, the BJP has at least 10 prominent alliance partners, all regional political parties. The 2 major regional parties that are not part of the NDA are the 𝗧𝗢𝗡𝗡 in Mizoram and the Sikkim Democratic Front in Sikkim. But things are not as simple as it might look on the surface. In Meghalaya, the UDP and the HSPDP, both part of the NPP-led NDA coalition in the state, have fielded a candidate for the Shillong seat against the nominee of the dominant coalition partner NPP. The BJP is also saying it would contest the Shillong seat but has as yet not announced the candidate. On the contrary, the Congress has hardly any coalition partners in the region. The Congress in Assam has seen a series of desertions, including its working president, Rana Goswami, who has since joined the BJP. Nothing much is heard of the Congress in Nagaland or Arunachal Pradesh or even Sikkim and Mizoram. Does the BJP and its allies have an edge in the Northeast then? Well, Prime Minister Modi has himself said at the India Today conclave a few days ago that his ministers have visited the Northeast 680 times since he assumed office in 2014, and that he himself as the Prime Minister visited the region more than all the visits by the earlier Prime Ministers put together. This clearly was said to emphasize the importance the Prime Minister and his government lays on the Northeast. Are the coming polls then being fought in the name of Modi and his work as far as the BJP and its allies are concerned? Can the Congress and the rest of the opposition match up to the BJP campaign momentum backed by the power of the regional allies? Is it then Modi versus the rest? To discuss the election scenario in the Northeast, I am joined by some top political leaders from the region tonight. I have BJP leader Ninong Ering and NPP working president Panga Bage joining me from Arunachal Pradesh. Joining me from Sikkim is SDF veteran and former MP Mr. P.D. Rai. SKM leader Bikas Basnet is also joining me. From Assam, I am joined by BJP MP Pabitra Margarita and veteran Congress leader Pawan Singh Ghatwar. And in Meghalaya, I have Minister and candidate of the NPP for the Shillong seat, Ms. Amparin Lingdo. And from Nagaland, I am joined by BJP National Spokesperson Mondlu Mokikon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Northeast Tonight. First of all, let me ask the senior-most political leader with us tonight, Mr. Pawan Singh Ghatwar, former minister, veteran Congress leader. Mr. Pawan Singh Ghatwar, is it Modi versus the rest as far as elections in concern? This time I'm talking about the Northeast.
This election all over the country and including the northeastern region, the India alliance having the NDA on the other side. And we are both the alliance going to the people for seeking their blessing to go to the new parliament and try their best to send their maximum member from this region. As India Alliance, definitely we are also trying our best to maintain the number what we have in the last parliament, and we are trying to increase the representation from the northeastern region.
Right, right. But you talked about NDA alliance on one side and the India alliance on the other. But Mr. P.D. Rai, in joining me from Gangtok, a former MP and leader of the Sikkim Democratic Front, Mr. P.D. Rai, where is the India alliance? My question is it Modi versus the rest?
So, thank you, Wasbir, for having me. And I just want to answer the question that you posed. Is it India? Is it Modi versus the rest? And I think to that extent, I mean, it's a little exaggerated. The India alliance obviously has its own set of issues, whilst the Modi government has, or the BJP has been able to stitch all the alliances that they are able to put together, and it seems to be fairly effective from that point of view. So, yes, I would agree with you that for now it is BJP and the versus the rest.
Right. I'll come back to you, Mr. P.D. Rai, to talk specifically in the Sikkim context. But first, let me get the opening remarks from my esteemed panelists tonight. Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗓, you know, Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗓, until recently, you were a Congress leader, and you were doing quite well as a Congress leader, both in Parliament as well as in the State Assembly. Then you suddenly decided, as far as we are concerned, I have to use the word suddenly, you must be thinking about joining the BJP from quite some time. But you decided to join the BJP. Now the thing is, does it mean, Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗓, that, you know, you did not see much of a prospect for the Congress party in this election? Is that the reason why did you decide to join the BJP?
I really have to thank.
Okay, I have lost that line with Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗓. That these are the challenges of working in the Northeast as far as connectivity is concerned. Let me come to you, Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏. Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏 is a very vocal BJP MP from Assam. Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏, thank you once again for joining me in this very interesting discussion, Modi versus the rest. Whether I'm asking the question, whether it is Modi versus the rest. Now, why are most of the people coming into the BJP? Why do you think so?
First of all, you have rightly said that it is Modi versus the rest. For us, for the BJP workers, Karyakartas, Modi, yes, Modi is a person, but along with this, Modi is a symbol of BJP's philosophy, symbol of BJP's unity and integrity, symbol of BJP's the positive vibes of our ecosystem. So Modi is your candidate. You have rightly said. Yes, we consider, although we have fielded 11 candidates here in our Assam as well, like the other parts of the country. Yes, the candidates are generals of him, of course, but everywhere, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Kerala to our Arunachal Pradesh, each and every candidate's face we see Modi ji. We all are Modi ji's representatives, and Modi ji is not a person only.
Right.
He is a symbol, strength, and philosophy and ideology of our party.
Right. So, Prime Minister Modi is the mascot of the BJP and its allies, if I may use the word. And I will get a reaction from the opposition. But let me come to a breaking story we have just now. Breaking news is that Congress leader 𝗟𝗡𝗦𝗧𝗏 of Arunachal Pradesh is all set to contest the Lok Sabha election from Arunachal West seat. As per well-informed sources, 𝗏𝗢𝗧𝗏's name has been cleared by the AICC and a formal announcement may be made tomorrow. So, 𝗟𝗡𝗦𝗧𝗏, the lone Congress MLA, as far as the Arunachal Assembly is concerned, is now going to contest the Lok Sabha seat from the Arunachal West constituency. Now, let's go back to the debate. Now, basically what 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏 of the BJP is saying that Prime Minister Modi is the mascot. There are a lot of BJP candidates contesting the elections, but basically they're contesting in the name of Prime Minister Modi, who is the general, who is the leader, and they are all Modi's generals. Let me go to Mr. P. Baghe. He is from the NPP. Mr. Baghe, the NPP has decided to support the BJP in Arunachal Pradesh, but in Shillong, but in Meghalaya, the NPP is contesting against the BJP. Now, is it all a politics of convenience, or how do you put at it?
Yeah, in Arunachal Pradesh, our NPP has decided to support the NDA candidate. This is purely on the basis of local factors in the state. And in case of Meghalaya, we are going for a friendly fight. So this is all about the convenience as per the local factors of the states. Because in case of Arunachal Pradesh, so far we have only 2 MLAs, and the party has not yet strengthened it in the ground levels. So the state teams has recommended to the national that in these junctions, we will have some difficulties in fighting for the MPs. So we decided to support the NDA candidate, means BJP candidates.
Right. Do I have the line with Mr. Ninong Ering? Mr. Ninong Ering, Ninong ji, now my question was, Ninong ji, can you hear me?
I'll reply to that. I'll reply. So let me be very frank. We have got very good member of parliament, my very good D.D. Rai and.
I think, yes. Who is speaking?
They have got my rules. Very frank. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka.
I think that audio is still not clear with Ninong Ering. I should not. It is confusing. Let's clear the line with Ninong Ering. First, there's a lot of ambient sound. Mr. Pawan Singh Ghatuar, do you think that the allies which the BJP has, this question I'll take to Mr. P.D. Rai also, because of the wide network of alliance the BJP has, and the failure of the Congress party, let's talk about Assam, to stitch up a proper alliance, do you think the wide network of alliance in the Northeast that the BJP has, it has got at least 12 alliance partners in the whole of the northeastern region, and all are very important regional parties in the respective 8 states. Now, is the Congress on the back foot because of this? Is this one of the reasons?
You see, the Congress also trying to for a cohesive alliance in the northeastern region. But for the last 30 years, we have seen that in the northeastern region, normally the regional party are always aligned with the party which is in power in center in Delhi. Even after election also, if there is a change in Delhi, the politics in the northeastern region, in many of the states, the alignment is changed. If you see the last 25 years, all the changes are happening like that. And definitely they have some compulsion, some difficulty, and for that, our smaller states are always try to have alliance with the party in power in Delhi. So that is the general character. Yes, we in Assam we have tried very sincerely from the Congress side, but for many other reason and compulsion, because for the first time this experiment was there to take all the party together, but because of the seat sharing, we could not come to an understanding with many of the parties. So there are only few
whether
parties
it is in any other states.
Pawan Singh 𝗓𝗏𝗧,
the question therefore is, how will regional parties continue to play a role for their own identity or for establishing their own kind of system of governance within the states? And with the BJP, they have to take alliance partners so as to be able to negotiate the Northeast.
Yeah, but say, take the case of Assam, Mr. P.D. Rai, Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏, Assam MP is here in the studios with me. Now, BJP has the strength on its own. Still they are keeping regional parties with them and giving them ministerial portfolios. They don't need them actually, but they're still keeping them with them, keeping these regional parties with them, Mr. P.D. Rai.
Yeah, so it is important that these parties which have been there, which have evolved with time, need to be considered. And so therefore, whether you can look at the way, I mean, it is obviously the politics of power in that particular area, and also when you consider the BJP is actually benevolent to that extent. The benevolent may not be the right word, but BJP's politics is in that line.
Right. Mr. Ninong Ering, please tell, I'm shortening my question. You were with the Congress, you were doing quite well. Suddenly you decide to join the BJP. Now, did you see that the prospect of the Congress was not there? Prospects were bleak. And is that the reason why you decided to shift to the BJP? Is that the reason?
Am I audible? Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me, Wasbir? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
If you can hear me, then I'll just use the phone.
Yeah, use the phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now what's there, Wasbir Sahab, you're a very old friend of mine, and 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 sir and PD, we are both we were all together in the, last two parliaments. So what I wanted to tell you is that, see, you will say that, okay, I have got my own intuitions or why I have joined the BJP. To be very frank, सबका साथ सबका विश्वास, that is the statement of Narendra Modi, and it is also the statement of my Chief Minister, Sri Pema Khandu ji, and Mr. 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗘, who is my very close friend. So those are reasons why I have shifted. I know that I may have contested from the Congress, but I may win or I may lose. That I don't know. Even now also, politics, you can't say anything. I may win, I may lose. But the thing is that why we have chosen that. We are saying that, okay, 400 par, Modi ji 400 par. So we also know that in the Northeast, we have to, like 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 sir also saying and others also just commenting, we have to be with the ruling government because we depend completely on the government, central government. We are always there with the baking board. Until and unless we are strengthened, until we stand on a field, we cannot go forward. So that's the reason why I said, okay, we go with the wave with सबका साथ सबका विकास सबका विश्वास and सबका प्रयास. So now nation first. I always say I am with the nation. When Modi ji says that we are with the nation, there is only nation first. So I think I agree to those terms and conditions. That is why उसमें हम भावुक होके उसके साथ में मिल गया हूँ.
Right. Now, I'm coming to you, 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗘. 680 times the Prime Minister told that media conclave that he has visited the northeastern region, and he has himself visited, he said, from all the prime ministers that India had put together, Prime Minister Modi said he has visited more than their entire visit. Now, what does this mean for the northeastern region? And is that enough for the BJP and its allies to win these elections in the northeast? 25 seats, because if your slogan is "Is bar 400 par," that means you are giving importance to every single seat. If you have to cross 400 means every single seat is important for you. So you're not taking lightly the elections in the northeast.
So yeah, each and every seat is important for an election, and parallelly, each and every citizen is much more important for the culture of BJP and for the the way BJP works, because in terms of 25 seats we have in northeastern region, but compared to the other big states like MP, UP, Bihar or Rajasthan, yes, we certainly in some states of our northeast we have 1 or 2 seats, but to those places also our Honorable Prime Minister have visited more than 3, 4, 5 times. And altogether, he has visited more than 60 times during the tenure of his prime ministership.
So how do you think that has made him establish a chord with the people of the Northeast?
No. We in a thought that these visits will translate into election victory. It's not like that. His visits are actually, he visits because I have already once mentioned in your talk show that he visits Northeast because he loves, respects Northeast. He considers Northeast to be the 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗧. And that is why in every aspect of his administration, you can see how this region has developed. I have already mentioned that the budget allocation for the Northeastern region has increased by 3-folds, right? Infrastructure development, right from railway connectivity to greenfield airports, right from aims to medical colleges, number of seats in medical colleges, and education sector, health sector, infrastructure development sector, road connectivity, everywhere. Although everywhere we have seen our development. Although we are actually, all the northeastern region in terms of budget allocation, in terms of this evaluation of budget, we are a dependent. All the states are basically dependent states.
Yeah.
The output as tax, GST generation, the other revenue generation, we are lagging behind many other developed states. But still, although we have less number of states, although our budget, our revenue contribution to the national treasury is less than the many other developed states, Prime Minister Modi always considers that this is 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗧. If he and the government of India supports this region, definitely we will march in the path of development.
Okay.
That is why these things actually, he doesn't visit Northeast to translate his visits to
Okay, I'm also joined by Ms. Amparin Lingdo, Minister in the 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗛𝗏 cabinet, senior NPP leader, and she is the candidate for NPP candidate for the Shillong Lok Sabha seat. Ms. Amparin, thank you very much for joining the show in the middle of your campaign. You are in the middle of campaigning in Shillong. Now, you see, we are discussing whether this election is Modi versus the rest. But that doesn't apply. It's not so simple as far as Meghalaya is concerned, because you are a part of the NDA. You are a candidate of the NPP. Tomorrow, the BJP may also put up a candidate in Shillong. How do you explain these dynamics? How do you explain these dynamics?
This is a typical scenario in the state of Meghalaya. This is not something unusual. We have seen several elections in the past where we see NDA partners fighting each other in the election. So this is nothing new. But having said that, as a lead party in the MDA coalition government, it is rather disappointing. It gets very disappointing. It hits below the belt. It is bitter for our cadres because suddenly election throws us asunder. And usually this friction that we feel in the election period makes each of us want to maintain our identity. We have a common goal. We know now that the Mr. Modi has become an icon in this country. You cannot change that. Substantial investments have been made for various sectors of people, be it social, be it economically, be it in developmental works. So, however, it is in these crucial times that there is this lack of a oneness in this NDA in its full form in a state like Meghalaya. So if you ask me, are we coalition partners with the NDA? Bottom line, we need the NDA. We have no other way out. But if you ask me, do we have our own principles and policies? You can be sure that one cannot term us as a B team of the BJP.
Yeah, that is interesting. You know, I also have Mr. Monlumo Kikon from Nagaland as the BJP's national spokesperson. Monlumo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Wasbir.
Okay, now tell me, it's a very interesting scenario in Nagaland. You have the NDPP. Okay, now it is a partyless government. That's a different matter. But in reality, until it was a partyless government, NDPP was the ruling party and the opposition was the NPF or vice versa. Now, the two parties may be working under a partyless government now, but basically they are rivals, NDPP and NPF. Now, in this scenario, but what is interesting is that both the NDPP and the NPF are part of the NDA, because NPF is a coalition partner of the BJP in Manipur and NDPP is a coalition partner of the BJP is a coalition partner of the NDPP in Nagaland. So how do you explain, and how does it impact the elections? Okay, Nagaland may have one seat, but that doesn't matter, because if we have to go by Modi's slogan of 400 plus, every seat counts, Monlumo.
Yes, indeed, Wasbir. I would just take you back to 2003 when Rio formed the Naga People's Front and led it to victory. And for the next 10 years, even though UPA was at power in the center, he was still with NDA. So, you know, for a very long time, under the leadership of Rio, the regional party in Nagaland those days, it was only NPF. But after 2014, when Modi came to power, the dynamics in the state changed, and he left for Delhi, and he was sort of unhappy with NPF, his own party, and when he came back, he formed the new party called NDPP. So at the center of all these political dynamics was the character and the strength and the popularity of Rio and the dynamism of Rio, which led the regional party to have an alliance. So, you know, if you look at it from Nagaland context, it's a classic example. Look, unlike Meghalaya, where BJP is now in alliance with NPP, there we had no pre-poll alliance, no seat sharing, sorry. So, you know, in the alliance in Nagaland, NDPP at the very outset, from the very beginning, they had seat sharing with BJP. So from 2018 to 2023, they had seat sharing. So it was on the basis of 40-20 seats. So on the basis of that, they fought elections together.
Right.
However, as you have rightly pointed out, NPF still exists, and although in the 60-member house there are only 2 MLAs, and they have also extended support to the present government.
Right.
So in Nagaland, we have what is called a opposition-less government, which is not the same in maybe Meghalaya and
Absolutely,
other states.
but what you said is very interesting. What you said is very interesting, Monlumo. This is a peculiar case as far as Nagaland is concerned, and dynamism of leaders are responsible for parties aligning and holding on to that coalition for such a long time. And the dynamics in Manipur also required the BJP to have the support of the NPF, not just for the number of seats, but also for a hold in the Naga areas in the state. Ms. 𝗟𝗡𝗢𝗡, just bear with me. I'm going for a very, very short commercial. I'm coming back, and so don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I am also now joined by 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗪𝗓, SKM leader and press secretary to the Chief Minister of Sikkim. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗪𝗓, I have veteran SDF leader, former MP, Mr. P.D. Rai on the show, as also other veteran political leaders from the Northeast, like Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗪𝗓, MP, former Minister, Mr. Pawan Singh Ghatwar, Minister in Meghalaya and candidate for the NPP, Ms. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗔𝗦𝗧, veteran political leaders. Now, my question to you is, all of you, most of you are members of the NDA, or of the NDA fold, including SKM. Now, I have Mr. P.D. Rai, who's SDF and the Mizoram ZPM, the Joram People's Movement. These are the only two major political parties that are outside the NDA fold. Now, how is it for a regional party to work as part of the NDA alliance? Do you have your own programs? What are you telling the people, or are you depending only on Prime Minister Modi? 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗪𝗓.
Thank you, Wasbir, for having me on the show, and my respect to all the esteemed panelists. Yes, we are part of NDA, and we are proud to be part of NDA. We are in part of NDA since 2019, and we are getting extreme support from central government under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Like whatever we have demanded, I think those demands are being completely fulfilled, and we have collateral relationship with NDA-led government in the central, as well as other state government where NDA is ruling in the states. So in last 5 years, what I can see is that we have a relationship, and this relationship we want to continue in future as well.
Okay. Now,
if you see the track record,
yeah,
we have, yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
If you see the track record, we have, one major disaster, that is Tea flood. The way we were expecting the support from the central government, they have reacted quickly, and Prime Minister himself has shown his concern, as well as other union ministers have shown their concerns, and whatever support we wanted from the central, they have immediately given. Also during the time of COVID, that was very tough time for the entire nation. But a small state like Sikkim, it was very hard to handle. But at that time, what we got support from Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and central government was like beyond expectation. That was like praiseworthy.
This election, I would take Ms. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗔𝗦𝗧, I'm just coming to you in 1 minute. This election, the Election Commission, when they announced the elections 2 days ago, they made it very clear that they're going to come down very tough on violence. They said they will be very, very tough on violence. There will be non-bailable warrants issued against those indulging in violence. But why is it that in a small state like Sikkim, there is so much of political violence? That is something I want to hear from you, both of you actually. First, 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗪𝗓, since you are from the ruling party.
Yeah, actually it is the narrative set by the opposition parties, but there are no as such violence. There are 2-3 violences, but police are so quick to act on it. And already police have taken their action, and the cases are pending in the court. Now it is in the hand of court of law that they will take the action. And the section imposed in this street action section has been imposed, and charge sheet has been made. Now it is in the hand of, I already mentioned. Now court will decide that how it will go. But here we have given lots of benefits, as well as major schemes initiated by under the able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister P.S. Gole. Now opposition have left no any issue to debate on the in matter related to development and schemes which has been implemented by SKM government.
Right.
But
let me
quickly making a narrative that Sikkim is under the great violence, and these
right.
that things. But in reality, there is no as such situation. Peace and tranquility of the state has been maintained under the leadership of Prince 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗧𝗏 Gole.
Right. Mr. P.D. Rai, how would you respond to that?
Well, my response is very simple. Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏 is certainly has developed some amnesia. Right through the last 5 years, we are constantly hounded by political violence. Most recently, Mr. K.N. Rai, a former speaker of the State Assembly, was brutally attacked. And the people who attacked him were none other than 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗥𝗧𝗏. That they have been arrested just goes to show that the scales are tilting. And I completely agree with you, Wasbir, that the ECI is going to come down very heavily on anyone who's going to unleash violence in the state. And so be it, because the SDF party has not, till date, not raised a single hand in spite of extreme provocation. Now, let us go one by one. We have had the case of Mr. Gurung, Padam Gurung, who was killed in Namchi. And there are any number of our cadres who were brutally hit. Most recently, there was one more attack on Mr. Darnal, who comes from a scheduled caste. And he was brutally hit in the evening hours in a place called Jorthang. So there are any number of such cases which we have brought to the notice of the Honorable Governor, and we have brought to the notice of the Honorable Election Commission of India. And there are directives from the Election Commission of India to see that there will be no more violence in the state, and the state of Sikkim should go into these elections on a level playing field. Now, that is the position that we have right now, and I do not agree with Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏, who says that there's nothing that has happened, police are doing the job. But unfortunately, the reality on the ground is something very, very different.
All right.
That is what I started my statement with. Selective amnesia is something which is happening. Now, let me go to one more thing. This particular, all the SDMs and the ADCs who have been picked up by Mr. Gole from different like they were teachers and made SDMs, etc. They've all had what we call as political appointments. Now, these people are actually going ahead and trying to bind down our cadres. Now, this again is completely unjustified.
Right.
And even if you do it, bind your own people as well. Bind both sides.
Because I'll come to you. Because 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏, I'll come to you for a response. But let me quickly go to Ms. Samparin Lingdo before, and then I go to Mr. Pawan Singh Ghatwar and come back to the studios. Now, Ms. Samparin Lingdo, you know how when you go and tell, what are you telling your voters this time? Because, we understand that, is it a tightrope walk for you? Are you going to talk about Modi's achievements, or are you going to talk about the achievements of Chief Minister Conrad Sangma and his government?
See, it's a very simple plan for us ahead. One cannot deny what Mr. Modi ji has done for this nation. He has given a lot of assistance to us smaller states, for which we remain in good relationship. Particularly the Honorable Chief Minister has a very cordial relationship with all of the entire cabinet. They've always responded promptly to our requirements and our needs. Having said that, in an election where we may be seeing a candidate from the BJP party, the NPP will immediately spring into its own personality. We are not going to be refuting the development and where the sources have come from. But at the same time, we talk about our own policies, our own plans.
Yeah.
We have a state-owned budget.
Is it a tightrope walk, or is it not difficult at all?
Not difficult at all, because we continue to have our own individual personality.
Right. Now,
we will still fight against the unjust oppression on secular grounds. We will still talk about these issues which are important to us.
Right. Ms. 𝗟𝗡𝗢𝗓, you know, two of your other coalition partners, UDP and HSPDP, have also put up a candidate. Would you have been a happy person had they not put up the candidate against you?
We, as a leading partner in a government, will have no say on who brings which candidate forward. We are determined to fight the current polls on our own. We have now matured as a political front. We have done enough in the state of Meghalaya to be proud of, to be discussing, to be showcasing. Let any other coalition partner bring any other candidate. We fight this battle on a level playing field without misuse of our authority or power, and we will not tolerate any abuse to our democratic build and personalities.
Right. I'll come back to you. Let me go to Mr. Pawan Singh Ghatuar. Mr. Ghatuar, you know, I mean, last time the Congress in Assam had an alliance with the AIUDF. Now, when the Indie alliance was formed, everybody thought that all these parties will be together. But it was a non-starter. Now, your working president has quit and joined the BJP. Your prominent youth leader, 𝗡𝗢𝗚𝗘𝗧 has joined and quit and joined the BJP. Your general secretary, one of your general secretaries have also joined. Your minority, one of your top minority leaders have joined. Now, why are these desertions taking place? Now, 𝗟𝗓𝗏 Gogoi is contesting in Jorhat, where there is no Rana Goswami, you know, there is no 𝗡𝗢𝗚𝗘𝗧. How do you look at it?
You see, this time we have consciously decided not to have any alliance with the AIUDF, and we consider it as a communal party, so we don't like to have any alliance with that party. You see, it's become an all India phenomena. Before the election, many people come to a party and many people goes. Those who come to politics for seek fortune without considering their ideology or commitment to the party, they change the party. If you see in the Assam, even in the today Assam government, many of them are from the ex-congressmen. In the panel also, I have seen many of them are ex-congressmen. So there is a political is a evolving system. Many people come and go. I don't think that will definitely for a temporary period that will affect the party, but I don't think that will decide the future of a political party. The political, in a democratic system, political party will come and go, and our democratic system will go on. Are these people always? There will be people from if they are not. They are convinced that they are not in a position.
Right.
They have no. Okay. So they seek their future in other political party. So
I'll go to Mr. Baghe.
I will wish them all the best in their new political party, and I think Rana Goswami leaving the party will no way affect the fortune of Mr. 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Gogoi, and definitely I can say today that 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Gogoi will win Jorhat seat with a thumping majority.
Okay, we'll have to wait and watch, because that will be decided by the voters. Vikas Basnet, if I can talk to you, Vikas Basnet, Mr. P.D. Rai has leveled some serious allegations against the ruling SKM, that is your party. Now, basically, they're saying that K.N. Rai was beaten up very mercilessly and the police have arrested some people. That itself goes to show that the law and order situation is not up to the mark. Now, I mean, how is it going to impact the elections? Are you trying to ensure that all steps are taken to see that there is no law and order problem during the elections?
Let me answer to Mr. PD Rai that already case has been registered in case of Mr. K.N. Rai, and already we have condemned. Even SCM was so strict, and he was also so concerned to hearing about that incident. He quickly took an action. Like Sikkim police was so quick to take action that within 12 hours, culprits were arrested and non-bailable cases were charge-sheeted, and they are in now jail. Now it is in hand of court of law that whether how they will be they will take the action. Now it is the duty of SDF also not to have a media trial here in the media. They are just setting the narratives in the media, but rather they are less concerned with the health of PD Rai. Because you see, within the 1 hour of the incident, they were so quick to go to the governor and they were just demanding the president rule. Rather, they were not concerning about the health of Mr. K.N. Rai. And like all the measures, whatever measures have to be taken from the police, they were so quick. And I would like to correct Mr. P.D. Rai that they were not the member of SKM. Like anyone can come. This is a big party. Anyone come and have a picture in our meeting. But you can't set the narrative that they were the member of the SKM party. I would like to prove his comment on that they were the member of SKM party. They were not holding any office barrier, or they were not any karyakarta, like they were given the
right.
They were given
right.
They were given officially charged.
Okay.
And in case of Mr. Padam Gurung, already Judicial Commission have given their report. Judicial Commission is entrusted by the Constitution of India.
But we'll not go into that because
Yeah.
absolutely. I take your point there. I'm running out of time. Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗏, a couple of years ago, everybody thought that it will be so difficult for the BJP to penetrate into the northeastern region in states like Nagaland, in states like Mizoram, and today Nagaland, Monlumo Kikon, I don't know whether he is there. Now, in a state like Nagaland, there are 12 MLAs. There is a deputy chief minister from the BJP. Now, these are states where the BJP hardly had any influence until a few years ago. So, what does this mean now? And Prime Minister, of course, saying that Northeast is the 𝗧𝗢𝗡 and the nation's progress has to begin from the northeastern region. And I must also remind you, you know it better than me, of course, that the Prime Minister said that recently kick-started projects worth 65,000 crores or more for the whole of the northeastern region. So what does it mean? And do you think that these are the reasons that makes fighting elections for the BJP and its allies much easier than the opposition parties? Am I right in my understanding?
You're right, and actually, till just 2014, 2013, we, the northeastern people, were considered to be on the periphery of mainstream India. But now we are at the center stage because of Modi's initiative, and along with the development of infrastructure, actually our art and culture, our lifestyle, our legacy, our history, all are being glorified, and it is being projected to the international and national platform. So Modi's main philosophy, that is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, it worked here in our northeastern states. So one state may have only one single seat, but due honor, respect, and contribution for the development of the entire region. And any small state is priority of Modi's Modi's priority. That is why actually BJP is now at its base position.
Right.
And I will appreciate Pabonda, the learned and seasoned politician. He has just mentioned that Gaurav Gogoi will win. Yes, being from his own party, definitely he will expect Mr. Gogoi's win. But from my side, I'm telling that he will be defeated by a margin of more than 2 lakhs votes. Because when Himanta Biswa Sarma resigned from your party, you said, okay, Mr. Sarma has gone, there will be no loss in our party. Then again, one after another, leaders have deserted their party. And even yesterday, not only Rana Goswami or Suroj Gohai, the big leaders, stalwarts of the Congress party, but even more than 3,000, 4,000 people on daily basis, their grassroots level workers at the level of block, mandal, they are deserting the party. Even now, their president is saying that there is no loss at all. So this is the scenario of BJP. Not only the stalwarts, but even the grassroots level Congress party are resigning.
My final 20 seconds to PD Rai. PD Rai, how difficult is it for a party like the SDF to campaign and against the Modi's development pitch, which all its alliance partners are saying Modi has developed? Yes, as Amparin Lingdo said, the NPP has its own identity, but one cannot deny that Prime Minister Modi and his government has helped the Northeast so much during the last more than 10 years. Now the point is, how difficult it is for a party like the SDF to campaign against this wave of Modi's development mantra? Very shortly, please. I don't have time. Very briefly.
Yeah, I think, I think we are not really talking about 2 different things. We are talking about development, which even Mr. Modi wants, as well as what we want. And so campaigning on a development platform is not that very, very difficult. Having said that, we also have other major political issues in the state. And that is what we will be going to the people with. And the people have seen the change and the terrible change or parivartan that the SKM party has ushered into the state in the last few years, last 5 years. So therefore, I don't see any difficulty there, and there is nothing at cross purposes that you are alluding to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. At the end of the day, this is a very interesting scenario in the northeastern region. 25 seats, but 25 seats, but every seat is important as far as elections are concerned. And as far as the BJP and its allies are concerned, the BJP particularly is saying that they are going to targeting 400 plus seats this time. And with this kind of a slogan, it is very, very clear that BJP will go all out to win every single seat. And in this, the BJP is assisted by its alliance partners. But elections are elections. The India Alliance, INDIA Alliance, may not have that kind of a sting in the northeastern region, but in an election, no one is supposed to underestimate one's opponent, and that is something which will be decided by the people. But on the whole, looking at the campaign strategies of the BJP, looking at the number of alliance partners they have in a region like the northeastern region that has only 25 seats, they have 12, at least 12 solid regional allies. I think on looking at all this, the BJP has an edge, and the Congress and the other alliance will have to work really hard in the next few weeks to catch up to that campaign pitch or level of the BJP. On the whole, it will be the voters that will decide the elections. I thank all my esteemed panelists tonight for joining me on this program, and the viewers for watching the show. Good night and goodbye.